Arkansas dams at a high risk and school districts changing zones.
Your HU16 news starts right now.
Live from the campus of Harding University in Searcy, Arkansas, this is HU16 News, live at 5.
Welcome to HU16 Live at 5. I'm Ethan Brazel.
And I'm Sydney Bryant. State officials are concerned about recent data that shows many Arkansas dams are in poor condition. 23 dams across the state are considered highly hazardous, and many more not under state control could be subpar. If any of these dam sites were to fail, officials fear they have the potential for catastrophic flooding, killing people, and destroying property. Officials say most of the structures are earthen dams and half have surpassed their 50-year lifespan. There's a new employee at Central Arkansas Water. Vessel, a rescue black lab mix, is the nation's first water leak detection dog. She was trained to sniff out chlorine, which differentiates between treated water and groundwater. The pup showed off in front of a small crowd today at the River Market Pavilion in downtown Little Rock by sniffing out a container of treated water hidden in several piles of leaves.
A 3-year-old is dead and a family hospitalized after an early morning fire at their home. In Fort Smith early this morning, firefighters found a 30-year-old mother and her 4 children trapped inside a house on 35th Street. The children were rushed to Arkansas Children's Hospital in Little Rock, but the 3-year-old did not survive. The mother is in an intensive care unit at Fort Smith Hospital, and investigators determined that the fire started in the living room, but they have yet to determine the cause. And Jefferson County gets their 2020 budget approved for $25 million. This new budget will help fund the Sheriff's Office, County Jail, and the Juvenile Justice Center for the remainder of this year. Though they are receiving additional funds, they are not fully funded for the next year, causing budgeting issues. The county is expected to receive additional revenue from the Federal Emergency Management Agency during the first half of the year to help finish the funding.
The Little Rock School District proposes changes to school zones. This decision is sparked by the opening of the new Southwest High School and the closing or combining of other district schools in the coming year. The proposed zone changes are scheduled to meet the floor of the Little Rock District's Community Advisory Board at 5:30 on Thursday. A link to the proposed schedule zone map is available on the district's website, www.lrsd.org. White County Justices of the Peace are looking to lease 2 road grade machines for 3 years. The county justices noted that the current equipment is in poor condition and the cost of repairs is too high. The cost of the 2 road graders will be just short of $500,000. The Quorum Court is expected to discuss this further at their monthly meeting tonight at the White County Courthouse. A special guest will be here on campus after Thanksgiving break. Our very own Adam Davidoff is here to tell us more. Adam.
Thanks, Sydney. The American Studies Institute, or ASI, is hosting a special guest after Thanksgiving break. On December 3rd, Alex Kendrick will be on campus as a guest for ASI's Distinguished Lecture Series. Kendrick is an American film writer, as well as a producer, director, and an actor. Kendrick also co-founded Kendrick Brothers Productions. The movie Flywheel began production in 2002 by Kendrick and his brother Steven. Since then, Kendrick and his brother have partnered on projects including Facing the Giants, Fireproof, Courageous, and more. Alex Kendrick will be in the Benson Auditorium on Tuesday, December 3rd for the 2019-2020 Distinguished Lecture Series. This event begins at 7:30 p.m. and is free, but be sure to get there early for a good seat. That's all I have. Back to you, Sydney.
Thank you, Adam. Medical marijuana sales continue to grow in Arkansas. The Arkansas Beverage Control Board reported on Monday that the sales of medical marijuana have reached $20.2 million. The first dispensary opened on May 10th, and nearly 3,000 pounds of cannabis have since been sold. The Beverage Control Board has approved the opening of another dispensary in the state. Vaping and e-cigarette sales continue to climb, but more are recognizing the harmful effects. The California governor now announces a lawsuit against one of the leading vape companies. Reed Binyon has the story.
Millions of teens and young Americans now use their product.
California's Attorney General speaking at a news conference Monday, the state filing a lawsuit against e-cigarette maker Juul.
While Juul's profits soared, their users became addicted and their health was compromised.
The lawsuit accuses Juul of deceptive marketing practices, targeting minors, and endangering users of the company's products. Allegations that California's AG says created a public health epidemic.
Smoking remains the #1 preventable killer in the United States, and with the advent of e-cigarettes, this number has increased for our youth, and deaths are on the rise.
A Juul spokesman said the company hasn't yet reviewed the complaint, but that it is committed to helping combat underage use. Also Monday, Washington State banned vape products containing vitamin E acetate, which the CDC says may be to blame for an outbreak of e-cigarette related lung injuries linked to dozens of deaths. 2 counties in the state, as well as a school district, have also filed suit against Juul and Altria Group, a major shareholder. An Altria Group spokesman says his company is declining to comment. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
The impeachment hearings resumed today on Capitol Hill. 9 people are scheduled to testify before the Intelligence Committee this week. Karen Kaifa is in Washington with the latest.
Without hesitation, I knew that I had to report this to the White House counsel.
Day 3 of the public impeachment hearings, and the first 2 witnesses aren't holding back when it comes to how they felt about that July 25th phone call between President Donald Trump and Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky.
I found the July 25th phone call unusual because, in contrast to other presidential calls I had observed, it involved discussion of what appeared to be a domestic political matter.
It was improper for the president to request to demand an investigation into a political opponent, especially a foreign power.
A theme of the Republican defense of President Trump was that witnesses didn't have firsthand knowledge of the July 25th phone call between President Trump and the president of Ukraine, dismissing elements of their testimony as hearsay.
You saw 3 diplomats who dislike President Trump's Ukraine policy discussing second-hand and third-hand conversations about their objections with the Trump policy.
But 3 of today's witnesses were on that phone call. Jennifer Williams, a foreign policy aide to Vice President Mike Pence, and from the National Security Council, Timothy Morrison and Alexander Vindman, who told lawmakers in his closed-door testimony that he reported concerns about the call within hours and was later told not to discuss it with anyone.
Many Arkansans have reported a spike in robocalls. According to UMail reports, there were 5.7 billion spam calls in October alone. Janet Robb, president of the Better Business Bureau, suggests not answering to any number you do not recognize. You can file a complaint against the robocalls on the Better Business Bureau's website. A television reporter is sentenced to jail for 3 days. The reporter for KNWA-TV in Northwest Arkansas was covering a court case and recorded the hearing for the sake of accuracy. But the Arkansas Supreme Court has a clear rule that prohibits recordings in courtrooms without the judge's consent. The reporter did not fight the charge and agreed to serve jail time, which is scheduled to begin tomorrow.
Later in the show, it's our final Bruce Day Tuesday.
But Nick is next with your weather.
70s, a week before Thanksgiving? How unusual. We'll have your weather after the break.
I worked 12-hour shifts at the recycling company with my dad, who's 72. That taught me a work ethic that I carry with me every day.
The first time I met Morris, the door flew open and I got this larger-than-life personality.
Hey, how you doing today?
So I thought, we're definitely gonna be friends.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
I already knew that I was gonna go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science, become the mayor or something, make the situation better for other people. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
Do
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back. It's time for our HU16 weather. Currently, it is 70 degrees outside with clear, sunny skies. We've got a 2-mile-an-hour wind blowing in from the northwest and only 23% humidity. Looking across Arkansas, we'll see a lot of sunny skies and temperatures in and around 70 degrees, as warm as 76 down in Texarkana, 73 degrees in Monticello, 69 in Little Rock, 67 and 66 in both Fayetteville and Jonesboro. Looking at tomorrow's surface map, we'll see not much happening in and around Arkansas, but we do have a cold front off to the north. And then on Thursday, we will see that cold front coming down towards Arkansas, not quite reaching the state, but bringing with it chance for rain all throughout the southern Central Plains. Looking over the next 12 hours, we will see temperatures dropping down from the 60s down into the 50s in the later evening, and then later on tonight heading down into the 40s. Tonight's low is 40 degrees with mostly clear skies. Looking at our 5-day forecast, we'll see sunny skies on Wednesday, 67 and 68 degree highs for Wednesday and Thursday, so two more quite warm days compared to the weather we've been seeing, lows only in the lower 50s. And then on Thursday and Friday, we will be seeing chance for rain, a 50% chance there on Thursday, and then a 90% chance of rain on Friday, so be on the lookout for some rain towards the end of this week. We'll also be seeing on Friday a approximately 10 degree drop in the temperatures across the board as opposed to what we are seeing on Wednesday and Thursday. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we will be seeing a bit cooler on Saturday, 52 degree high, and then on Sunday, we'll be seeing 57 degree high again, sunny skies on both Saturday and Sunday. That's all for HU16 weather. We'll send it back to Sydney and Ethan.
Coming up, President McLarty joins us in the studio for our final Bruce Day Tuesday of the semester.
We'll be right back.
Oh, sweetie. Okay, you know what? Let's take off his sweatshirt. Get rid of pictures of him. You don't have to look at him. Goodbye, Dave.
Mom, you don't understand. He's tagged in like 400 of my posts.
I can cut out tags.
No, that's not how it works.
What is a tag?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care would love to share their first with you.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear. Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Time and time again, when I'm doing street magic, I'll walk up to someone and I can just see that they're against me, right? They don't want to be amazed. They don't want this experience to happen. But then the magic happens and all of that falls away. It's the experience of waking up and seeing things the way you saw them before they became ordinary. I'm looking for that experience of wonder.
Welcome back to HU16's Live at 5. I'm here with Dr. Bruce McLarty, who is back out of recovery there for another Bruce Day Tuesday. Dr. McLarty, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good to be back, and after being off campus for about 2 weeks.
Yes. Okay, so big question is, how are you feeling after being gone and out of commission? How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling very good. Thank you for asking. I had that surgery for a retina detachment, and a big part of that is that the recovery requires you to keep your head down. And so I did that for about 8 days, and so it's good to be back with my head up and back out on campus today.
Awesome. Yeah, I was in chapel this morning. It's been a minute since you've been in chapel.
Yeah.
You're always leading it there, and so it's good to see you. And now this is the back end of the semester, and so talk about just going into Thanksgiving. Is there a lot of plans you have to be doing to wrap up the semester here at Harding?
This is not an especially difficult time right now. The stretch from the beginning of the school year to Thanksgiving break is our longest stretch without a major break all year long. And so I think people in some ways are more tired at this point than maybe any other time in the school year. And so I think everybody can see Thanksgiving break from here, and when we get back, we got a week of class and finals.
Awesome. And then coming up after Thanksgiving break is the lighting of the front lawn. Talk about that special experience here on campus.
It's a great experience for everybody on campus, and it's something that I think for the people who are here, it will carry out for the rest of your life. We were talking in the cabinet meeting today about how that just on Facebook Live that we'll get reports from all over the world that evening about people watching the turning on of the lights in Peru and in Italy and just all over the planet, and people remembering what it was like when they were there and drinking hot chocolate and watching the lights come on, and just the joy of wandering around on the campus looking at the lights that night. It's a great evening.
Awesome. And with Thanksgiving break coming up and Christmas break coming up shortly after, do you get much of a break, or what do you get to do with your break?
Well, we work as students, we'll leave on Friday, and we work on campus on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday on we have the holidays, and so we're having family to come to the house, and so we're fixing the big Thanksgiving meal and looking forward to that, but also looking forward to just getting a little bit of rest.
Yes, definitely. I know rest is a hard thing to come by here later in the semester. And has there ever been a time where, I know we only have 2 weeks after, is this typical to have the short break, or is this not usual thing?
The calendar just falls that way sometimes. It depends on how early or late Thanksgiving is. It's actually a little bit more of a reasonable pace if you come back and you have 2 weeks and then final exams. So it's going to be a little more compact and a little more intense when you all come back from Thanksgiving break.
Definitely. And then talk about Cersei. There's all the students here on campus, but then when there's breaks, is it kind of a quiet area, or what's the vibe like around campus?
Very quiet, and those of us who live here year around, you drive by the parking lots and they're empty, and you just feel like this is not the way life's supposed to be, and so it's really a neat place to live year-round, because there's an ebb and flow, and we get to celebrate when folks come, and then we're all exhausted when they leave, and then we're glad when you come back. So, but there is a sense of quiet, and big empty parking lots just aren't the way things are supposed to be.
Yes, definitely. And then the football team, one final question for you. I know you're a big supporter of the football team. Talk about the excitement. I know they're going to be traveling on the road, but just your thoughts going into the football playoffs.
Well, this is what they've worked so hard for all year long, and because we lost that first game, it's almost been like we've been in playoff mode from week 2 on, because we knew we had to win every game to go to the playoffs, and so they did exactly that. And so every game has been important all the rest of this season, and now we're in the playoffs, going to Missouri, excited about it.
Yes, I'm definitely crossing my fingers too for a win, maybe a rematch versus Ouachita round 2.
Oh, that'd be great.
But Can't look ahead. Got
That's
to win
right.
the first one. Dr. McLarty, a pleasure you joined us. Glad you're back from the injured list there.
Yeah.
Yes, but thank you again for joining us for Birthday Tuesday. We will now send it over to sports.
Thanks, Jackson. Harding's women's teams prepare for action after the break.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Wait. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be with the high purpose to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all. We approach this problem of reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Welcome back to HU16. I'm Cody with your Live at 5 Sports. The second WBCA poll was released earlier today, and the Lady Bisons found themselves on the list. Thanks to a hot start, going 3-0, and a victory over 24th-ranked Angelo State, Harding comes into the rankings slotted at number 18. Leading the early charge is junior forward Kelly Lampo, who is averaging 20 points and 9 rebounds per game. And the starting backcourt of Peyton Paget and Carissa Caples, who while combined are averaging 18 points and 8 assists. The Lady Bisons will travel for 2 GAC road games on Thursday and Saturday when they take on Arkansas, Monticello, and Southern Arkansas. The GAC volleyball tournament is less than 48 hours away. Harding will head to Hot Springs on Thursday in a battle of the 3 and 6 seeds where Southwestern Oklahoma State will play as the host in the opening round. The Lady Bisons played the Bulldogs in the very first game of the tournament starting at noon, and a victory would push Harding to the semifinals on Friday. And for my final coolest thing of the fall, we head to Auburn Arena. And that's all I have for today and the rest of the year. So for one last time, let's go back to Ethan and Sydney.
Thank you, Cody. Thousands of families receive a meal for Thanksgiving.
Find out how after the break.
How long have we been married, dear?
For 76 years.
He was kind and generous to me before we married, and he was kind and generous to me all these years that we have been married. We had been looking at a lot of different houses in different places around that area, and when we came by this house, it was green, and I love green. I'm Irish. And so I said, oh, there's our house. I know it. We decided on Meals on Wheels because at my age, I was getting to the point where I couldn't do all the things that I had been able to do. We're the Spans. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
One food bank makes Thanksgiving happen for thousands of families. Stacking boxes full of the holiday classics, more families will be able to gather around the table for a meal thanks to volunteers.
We're just building some boxes to help out.
Boxes stuffed with the Thanksgiving classics.
We've got cans of green beans, we've got stuffing mix, we've got brownie mix.
4,500 boxes are being prepared and donated for the Share Thanksgiving program, an event that God's Pantry Food Bank hosts every year, so everyone can experience Thanksgiving.
The whole idea behind Sharing Thanksgiving is to give people a chance to slow down in life a little bit, to be able to gather around a Thanksgiving dinner table and to have a chance just to sit and relax a little bit with the Thanksgiving meal that we are all so fortunate to have available to us.
The meals will go to pantries across eastern and central Kentucky. The food bank says it's all possible because of the people who donate time and money, like James Dabney.
Very important so they can feed their family, have a nice warm meal before cold winter sets in.
Dabney is one of 350 people packing boxes, which shows how much people can accomplish together.
One person can make a difference. Each of the shifts today are 75 people. So you multiply the power of 1 times 75, and it's amazing what you can get done.
And the food bank says the hard work is worth it.
The thing that's so wonderful is the expressions that we see, just the warmth of knowing that they now have a Thanksgiving meal. So powerful.
As they share Thanksgiving with everyone. In Lexington,
Happy Thanksgiving.
Olivia Russell, WKYT.
You know, Sydney, Thanksgiving's a lot about coming together as family and sharing with one another. It's really cool to see a bunch of families come together and share meals with families in the community.
Yeah, each family is giving back to another family, and that's what this season is all about, giving and being thankful for what you have. So it's great to see that in a community.
Certainly, we have a lot to be thankful for. Well, we're going to wrap up by sending it over to Nick for a final look at our weather.
Thanks, Ethan. We'll be seeing a few more days of warm weather before closing off the week with some rain. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. We'll be seeing some 67 and 68 degree highs for Wednesday and Thursday, with lows only in the lower 50s. Then on Thursday and Friday, we'll be seeing a 50 and 90% chance, respectively, of rain on those days. And then temperatures will be dropping back down for Friday, a little bit even cooler on Saturday, and then a little warmer again on Sunday, with some sunny skies on Saturday and Sunday. We'll send it back over to Ethan and Sydney.
Thank you for joining us for HU16's Live at 5, where community matters.
Stay tuned for a replay of this morning's chapel. And remember, you can always tune in to HU16 at streaming.harding.edu. Have a great evening.
Awkward silence. You can actually use it for something good.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.